so much for tuning in to today's session. For today session, basically I am gonna present much more on the resources and support. More caters towards parents side. So yeah, so but in any case, it's fine as well if most parents are not here, so at least teachers know what are the resources are, and at least when they ask, you can offer the resources and the support as well, in that term. So I'm just gonna recap what I went through on Wednesday. Just a very little recap. So what I've been talking about for the last two sessions is basically understanding the characteristic of special need kids, which I focus on ASD, autism spectrum disorder, ADHD, and dyslexia. So I think just to sum it all, all educators or all parents, our main objective to help is always to help the kids. Everything is all about the kids. So make sure that if there is any telltale sign that the kids is showing in school or at home, always have that home and school partnership. So parents and teachers to have that communication as and when that you feel there is a need to. There's no need for you to wait up until 6 months and then you talk to each other. So now it's very convenient, Maple Bear has all the Tidy app and everything, and even email as well. WhatsApp is just a call away. So if there's really a serious concern, it should really be addressed as soon as possible. Yeah, so basically that is summing up the previous two sessions. So today I'm gonna talk more about what are the resources that are really available for parents. So again, I just want to clarify this. I am not talking, or rather I am not proposing any specific centers, because I'm not HJ enabled, and I can only speak based on my own experience what kind of centers that the kids should go. So I can't decide, or even I wouldn't really allow to anyone to say, okay, I've heard your story, I'm gonna follow whatever that you have did. I think it's an informative session for you to know what I went through, and there are definitely a lot of parents that have the same or different kind or similar kind of experience that you need to talk to gain a lot. Like sometimes when we even go for a restaurant, we would look for a good review or bad review. It's exactly the same thing. Yes, so it's exactly the same thing. Read a lot of reviews, what kind of centers is suitable for your kids, and then it's not like going to the market, just to buy vegetable, right? So you really need to spend a lot of time understanding your kids. That is very important. And always talk to your teachers, to your kids' teachers in school, to know what are they, because honestly, if it's a full-time kids, we literally see the kids only like maybe 3 hours at night, and then they go to sleep. Yes. And then early in the morning they wake up, they see the teachers more than they see us. So the teachers should know better your kid compared to ourselves. I'm really speaking for myself, because sometimes I OT by the time I go, but by the time I reach home, the kids are already asleep. The next morning I only see them when I'm in the car sending them off to school. So I believe teachers have more insight and information what they do in school, and that's why whatever that the teachers has advice to the parents is something that parents should be really hit into that advice as well. And I also wanted to tell teachers, do not be afraid to tell parents. If previously none of the teachers have told me anything about Julius wouldn't be where he is right now. He will just continue to be in Maple Bear and then just playing every day, right? So that's not what we want for the kids as well. And that's not, I believe all the teachers who have taken him also want the best for the kids. So everything is really for the kids. So SG Enable is the main agency that parents should really look into. And other than that, there are really a lot of resources that my slide has a definite limited space. This is the only websites that I can really put inside here. So there are really a lot of different support in Singapore. We are very lucky in Singapore. The community for special needs is relatively have been quite supportive in that way. So from autism to ADHD to dyslexia to physical movement disability, there's a lot of support that are given by the government. So always tap onto that. And even if parents are concerned about money matters, because having a special need kids really need a lot of financial support in that sense. The government are helping as well, so they have a lot of subsidies for families with special need kids, from hiring foreign domestic workers all the way to caregivers. So there are really a lot of resources out there. Everything can be taken from SG Enable. So, and then the other support, we are just talking earlier just now, right, before all the teachers and all the guests came in earlier, about how I mentioned that there are actually a lot of support group in Facebook, but sometimes Facebook people are strangers. You don't know them, even though you join a community. So for example, when I first started out, I will join a lot of Facebook support group, thinking that I can get a lot of support from a specific group of people. But I wouldn't say I was wrong, but as a parent, I'm a bit of like skeptical and awkward as well, because they are not my friends. I don't know how to speak to them. I don't know how to open my mouth and ask about things. General things I can ask. So, but in terms of going into the details, just sharing the story about how the journey that I went through and stuff like that, it's not easy. So that's why some parents would want to find comfort in teachers as well. I think being a teachers, we should slightly be a little bit more open in that sense, if we have the time, like if you guys have the time, and then yes, I know time is really not on our end as well. So it's something that teachers can do a little bit more mileage than just teaching. A little bit more empathy towards parents with kids that need extra support in that manner. Yeah. So iAutistic is a very good website, which I think teachers and parents can look into it. It's actually written by a guy with autism. So he's already an adult now. So he put every single services in his blog. So a lot of different kind of therapies that you can look into, different kind of support. It's based on local resources, so it's a very good website, it's a very good blog. And another one that I wanted to really talk about it, which I only found out like way recently only. I believe me speaking as a special needs parents, my concern is always why the reason that I want to bring this into an awareness is because what happened when my kids grow up. When he's 18, he's not able to take the bus. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do if tomorrow an accident happen? Nobody is gonna take care of my kids. This is a thing that is always constantly on the mind of, I think, even normal parents with normal typical kids. This has always been on mind. But especially for special needs, it's worse, because he doesn't even know how to go to the toilet. He doesn't even know how to poo. What am I going to do if I'm not around? This always has been on my mind. So the Special Need Trust Co., I'm not selling insurance, by the way. So this is a website which I think a lot of special needs parents really need to look into. I really just recently just found out about this. It's something that they can plan out for you, whatever that your investment, your savings or whatsoever. When you pass on, like for example your CPF money, blah, 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 make sure that they are being taken care of and given to your kids. Not a lump sum, but they actually have a service for them to do that. So it's something that parents can really look into it as well, so that we do not need to keep worrying in our mind, like what will happen if I'm gone, what will happen if I'm not around. That kind of question keep lingering in the mind. Other than that, literally the list that I've listed down here is a lot of supports that parents can get as well. So because this video is going to be posted on YouTube, so any parents that want to take a look, a closer look or details look, can just pause the video and just take a look at all of these links. So basically today is just talking about the resources and support. And of course, last but not least, I would really love everyone, whether you have kids with special needs or not, to be involved. My objective, one of the main objective for me to really agree to with Miss Lilia that let's give a talk about this. It's not just about sharing what I went through with my son. It's also to bring a lot of awareness to the public community. to the public, to the society, that they don't know what special needs is. So if you are more involved in their sort of, I wouldn't say in their life, but pass and parcel, lend a helping hand, I think it would be great. So this there's really a lot in Singapore, but I just listed these three, which I think it's a very good resources as well. So neurodiversity, cdsg.com, it's an inclusive community blog built for everyone. Literally, it's a very good blog. You can just take a look at it, and there's a list of services to see how you can help in a way. So neurodiversity is not talking about just ASD or ADHD. It's really a lot of the disability or disorder that comes in together. So that's why it's called neurodiversity, anything that to do with the neurological function. So
Nice.
yeah, so Superhero Me, I think a lot of people heard about Superhero Me before. Is actually a non-profit inclusive art movement that is being supported by the Lian Foundation, and also with Rainbow Center. So it's a very good kind of a community, in a way that even teachers, you can apply to become a captain. So a captain hero, so you can teach arts to the kids. So any talent that you have, you can really be involved helping all these special needs kids, just to have a session. So they will have like workshop here and there, and they have yeah. So even right now during the COVID, they have been actively, they have this virtual art session, the kind of support group for special need kids who are cooped at home. So at least they have something to do. Yeah, I think it's a very good initiative as well. So National Council of Social Service, there's a lot of different volunteers work that you can, if you have the time to really lend a helping hand in for this area of community as well. So there are really a lot, but I'm just going to list these three here. Yeah, so I think that's all for today. It's really much on resources and support.